to read, rant, and review. I'm here to do another book review for you when I really should be writing in my own book, which is actually a book-length fan fiction for Dragon Age Inquisition. Link below. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna talk about somebody else's book for a while. That book is I Am the Messenger, which is by the same guy who wrote The Book Thief. And if you watched my Book Thief review, you know I was okay with it, but not hugely impressed. So let's find out what I think about I Am the Messenger. Let's read the back, with the help of my laptop again. Ed Kennedy is an underage cab driver without much of a future. He's pathetic at playing cards, hopelessly in love with his best friend Audrey, and utterly devoted to his coffee-drinking dog, the doorman. His life is one of peaceful routine and incompetence until he inadvertently stops a bank robbery. That's when the first ace arrives in the mail. That's when Ed becomes the messenger. Chosen to care, he makes his way through town, helping and hurting when necessary, until only one question remains. Who is behind Ed's mission? So that's kind of vague. When I read the back, initially, I thought that he died, like, in the bank robbery, and that he was going around town helping people as, like, a dead person. But no, he lives, he stops the bank robbery, kind of, and the ace they're talking about is an ace from a deck of cards, and he goes through, he gets aces from all the suits. That's what they're called, right? Sure. I don't play cards. Better things to do. So he gets all of the aces, and they all have instructions that he's supposed to help people in various ways, and that is the premise of the book, which I am going to try not to spoil too much. There's probably going to be mild spoilers, because there usually are, because it's hard to talk about details of a book without the details. So similarly to The Book Thief, this book has a real-life meets slightly supernatural feel to it. There's definitely, I think, something supernatural going on, but it's never really explicitly stated, as I recall, what it is. It's been a little while since I've read this book, actually, because I haven't had time to film these reviews. So yeah, hopefully I'm remembering everything correctly, but there's definitely something supernatural going on, and I don't think it's ever completely explained. So the main character, while kind of fun and snarky, is also the typical sexless sad sack that we get as a main character in so many books right now. If it's a male main character, he's usually the sexless sad sack. He's the one who can't get the girl's attention, he's a loser, he's usually a nerd. Ed isn't a nerd. But yeah, he's kind of a cliche. Speaking of cliches, his love interest is the girl that everybody gets friend-zoned by. She's this nice girl who, why can't she just see what a great person he is, and he's been her friend forever, and she just likes to date guys that are so bad for her. And yeah, she's also kind of a cliche. His other friends are pretty cool. He's got two other friends who he hangs out with, and they're kind of backgroundy until you find out more about them later on. And once you find out more about them, you really like them, and that's about in time for the book to end. When you're like, oh, cool, can we have more of these guys, please? Book's over, never mind. So back to the magic that we know must be happening. There has to be some magic happening, because as he goes around to help these people, nobody just, like, refuses to let him help, and nobody thinks he's, like, a pervert, because he helps a teenage girl at one point, and we, the readers, know that he's not a pervert. But reading it, I'm looking at it, like, from an outside observer standpoint, he's got a strange interest in this teenage girl, and it's not okay, you know? So there must be some sort of magic going on that lets people allow him to help or not think that he's a creeper. Because there are several situations where if it was me and this guy was trying to help me, I would be pretty sure he was a creeper. Ed's mother is a jerk. Just gonna throw that out there. She's a jerk. Jerk through the whole thing. Sometimes people's parents are shit. It's life. Also the magic, back to the magic, we're always coming back to the magic. Also the magic allows all of his, like, bigger, more elaborate helping schemes to work. Stuff that would not work in real life. I kept expecting him to fail more, but he just kind of succeeded a lot. And I was like, well, magic. It's the supernatural powers of this book. And people are only mean to him when they're supposed to be. Like, he keeps thinking he's gonna go help people and they'll react negatively, and then if they're not supposed to react negatively, they don't. If he's helping them by causing a negative reaction, which he does with a few people, then they will. But not if he's not supposed to. It's all very fate-y. But man, Ed's friends are dicks. Like, he gets the shit kicked out of him several times in this book, like, so injured. And his friends are just like, oh, you got beat up. Oh well, carry on. And I'm like, if one of my friends was that beat to hell, I would at least ask him, you know, like, is he okay? I think once, one person asked him if he was okay. Just something so simple in this entire book, and it just made me so mad. The writing of this book is pretty solid. I mean, Zuzak, or however you pronounce his name, does know his way around writing a book. Of all the relationships in this book that he forms with various people that he helps, I love his relationship with the old lady the best. It's just, I mean, it's a little bit cliche and you can see it coming, but it's just the sweetest thing. Like, it allows him to get a mother figure who actually cares about him versus, like, his own mom, who is shit on a stick. Another potentially creepy one right there, but it's not. Turns out really sweet. As for the other relationship, the relationship that I don't like is between Ed and Audrey, the romantic interest. Because I really wanted them to, I mean, you know, this is a book with a romantic interest in it, so eventually they're probably going to get together. But it didn't look like that was going to happen until, like, the very end. And I thought that maybe the book was going to be like, no, you know, you don't get Audrey. You're her friend and you're going to stay that way. But no, guys who've been put in the friend zone, just keep trying. And eventually you'll get into her pants. That's not really the message that the book tries to get, but that's definitely the message that you can get out of it. I actually really did enjoy I Am the Messenger. I probably liked it better than I liked The Book Thief. Although I was at the time comparing The Book Thief to another really great book that I was enjoying, and so I judged it, like, toughly because of that, and I wasn't really comparing I Am the Messenger to anything, so that might have something to do with it, and I should probably go back and reread The Book Thief before I can decide which of these two I actually like better. But I Am the Messenger, I really did like the message of it and the theme of it, even though at the end I just groaned aloud because the message is shoved in your face. Like, we were getting it throughout, and it is kind of corny. It is a kind of corny message, but it's sweet. And then at the end, it was like, did you get it? Did you understand that that was the message of the book? Did you get it? And I'm like, oh, I understood. You don't actually need to just straight up tell me what it was. Thank you, I think. I mean, the message at the ending was like, it had arrows pointing towards it and neon lights around it. It's like, did you understand the theme of this book? I wanted to make sure. But I did like the theme. I wish it wasn't pointed out to me like I was an idiot at the end, but I did like it. So yeah, I Am the Messenger. You should probably check it out. It was fun. It was fun read, and it was a sweet, caring book, and it did have a lot of, you know, encouraging you to learn about people and go out and help people, and that's always good, no matter who you are. And the doorman, the dog, great character. Love him. I guess that's all I have to say about I Am the Messenger, so I'll see you next time on the next Read, Rant, and Review. Peace out.